Well, okay, so here I am finally doing it. It's my very first behind the song session, and I'm excited to talk to you about the song that I've chosen this time. And I'm going to talk to you about See Me With Your Heart. And so many of you that have seen me perform, you might actually know how the story came about, but I thought I would just share it again in that I was just starting to think about doing another project, and I was pitching some older songs at an event called Durango, which was a songwriting music weekend where you got to pitch your songs to people in TV and film, and you had to pay a lot of money to be there. And it was basically a party all weekend, and I was kind of out of my element in that I didn't have anybody there to play for me so that I could perform, and it took me a while to kind of get a hang of how to do the pitch and how to you only got like a certain amount of time, and like trying to give people snippets of your songs to get them to like it. It was a good experience that actually yielded me this one nugget that I took away, and that was I met a music producer that was the finding songs for a new version of an animated short film for The Little Prince. Actually, a full-length film, but it was animated for The Little Prince, and that happens to be my favorite book of all time. So I was so excited that I knew I had to write this song, and even after having an accident on rollerblades where I hurt my hamstring really bad, and we won't go into any of that. So Kim had come out for our Cactus Honey release, and then we were going to drive to LA, and I was going to just keep all the meetings and just keep going. And what I found out is that when your body is trying to get you to slow down, it'll figure out a way to do it. So we're on our way to LA, and we're going to do this, and I'm taking drugs for my accident, and we get together with our friend Andrew Rollins and sat down to write this song that I was going to pitch to be in a movie. And I was thinking of it as the end credits that this song would play. And Kim said she had read the book a long time ago, but it had been a while, and Andrew had no idea about the book. And so we were kind of looking up on the internet and figuring out what to write about, and See Me With Your Heart was born. And that song means so much to me because it's based on the book The Little Prince, so it has that energy. In my opinion, it has that energy because the book is basically about unconditional love. And I'm actually going to read a little bit to you and tell you a little bit about the book, just because I want to and because I love it so much. And then I'm going to play the song, and I learned how to play the song, and that is also thanks to Kim McLean, who was one of the co-writes. So it's Andrew Rollins, Kim McLean, and myself. She's helping me with playing my guitar and hoping that I can end up learning some of my songs and actually accompany myself on gigs where I play by myself. Who knows? It could happen. So here is the hardback version of The Little Prince. You can look at that. See if there's lighting. And it's by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And he is French. And I'll tell you a little bit about him. But first I'm going to read something to you. So here's my glasses, because man. So I feel like you need to read this book. This book has so many good, yummy things in it. But this is my favorite part, and so I'm going to share it with you. And this is after the Little Prince. He has a huge adventure and meets a lot of different people. And when he lands on Earth, he ends up meeting a fox. And the fox decides that they want to be friends, and he calls it taming him. So this is actually after they've become friends, and he's tamed him. And it says, that was how the little prince tamed the fox. And when the time to leave was near, the fox said, I shall weep. It's your own fault, the little prince said. I never wanted to do you any harm, but you insisted that I tame you. Yes, of course, the fox said. But you're going to weep, said the little prince. Yes, of course, the fox said. Then you get nothing out of it. I get something, the fox said, because of the color of the wheat. Then he added, go look at the roses again. You'll understand that yours is the only rose in all the world. Then come back to say goodbye, and I'll make you the gift of a secret. The little prince went to look at the roses again. "You're not at all like my rose. You're nothing at all yet," he told them. "No one has tamed you, and you haven't tamed anyone. You're the way my fox was. He was just a fox like 100,000 others, but I've made him my friend, and now he's the only fox in all the world." And the roses were humbled. "You're lovely, but you're empty," he went on. "One couldn't die for you. Of course, an ordinary passerby would think my rose looked just like you. But my rose, all on her own, is more important than all of you together, since she's the only one I've watered. Since she's the one I put under glass. Since she's the one I sheltered behind a screen. Since she's the one for whom I killed the caterpillars, except the 2 or 3 for butterflies. Since she's the one I listened to when she complained or when she boasted, or even sometimes when she said nothing at all. Since she's my rose." And he went back to the fox. "Goodbye," he said. "Goodbye," said the fox. "Here is my secret. It's quite simple. One sees clearly only with the heart. Anything essential is invisible to the eyes. What's most important is invisible." I love this book. It makes me cry. I'm actually really proud of myself that I didn't cry. And then my husband bought me this 75th edition of it for Christmas in 2018. So I wanted to read just a little bit about the author because I think that it's very telling. He wrote this book during World War II. So there's some import in it, in that the world was really going through a horrific time. The foreign birth of The Little Prince during World War II is only one of the reasons why the story behind its creation is so intriguing, why it's so much more than just a publishing curiosity. For the book went on to enjoy extraordinary success, a feat that is remarkable indeed for a novella based purely on fantasy. As of today, it has been translated into 270 languages and is firmly anchored in the collective memory of countless cultures. And then I wanted to read just a little bit. So I thought that was interesting. 270 times it's been translated, and that is, I think the Bible is the only other book that's been translated more. So I think that says something about this book. And then the little prince seemed destined to play 2 roles. First, as an ever-present, comforting double of the author, the part of him that still wanted to have faith in the human ability to get along with others. And second, as someone who, in those dark times when the world was crumbling to pieces, might convey a message of hope to Saint-Exupéry's contemporaries. "Despair," he wrote, "is a very difficult thing. I think I have to be reborn." When he embarked on the unique project that would become The Little Prince, he dedicated himself to it completely. The book, replete with personal references, was unlike anything he had ever worked on. He illustrated it with his own watercolors and fashioned the Little Prince in his own image. He wanted his readers to recognize Saint-Exupéry himself in the story through the countless connections between his personal history and the work. He also wanted readers to recognize themselves in it by awakening their hidden memories of childhood. The result is a narrative infused with the magic and grace that can never be completely grasped. So there's a lot of magic in the book, which is why I truly feel that there is a lot of magic in the song, because it's based on that unconditional love. And it's really a retelling of the book. But because there's a pillow or a blanket of unconditional love, because that's what the story was based on, I feel like the song, it kind of infuses the song and leaks through. And that whole idea of seeing ourselves with our hearts, I think it's one of the hardest things to do. I can't tell you, I'm actually in my studio right now where I teach students with Maddie. She has a gig with Back to the Garden. They're doing another Woodstock show, and I stayed after to do this so I could get it done, and I'm going to edit it together. But many of my students, we have a mirror here, and we use it to help with the mouth shape and using your whole face when you sing and doing all that. And many of my students can't even look themselves in the eyes. I think it's very difficult for us to look in ourselves in a mirror and look deep into our own eyes and just say, I love you. And I think at the time that I was wanting to start a new project, I was stretching and growing and wanting to become more of a giving, loving human being on this planet. And once this song was written, and of course, the guy never replied to one of my emails or called or returned my call for the movie, which is neither here nor there. The birth of my CD, See Me With Your Heart, came about, and all the songs kind of revolve around that idea of wanting to see myself with my heart and wanting to like myself more and love myself more, knowing that if I could do that for me, then I would be better at doing it for anybody else out there. And so I love the song, and I'm excited to play it and sing it for you now. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, this is take 3. Who knew being a musician and playing along as you sing would be so hard? I don't mind if I make 1 or 2 little mistakes, because that's, rock and roll, that's live, but dang it! It's like I'm closing my eyes thinking I know the song and I'm going to the wrong chords, and I want it to be as good as it possibly can, so 3's a charm, people. Let's see what happens. Inhale, exhale, love. Here I go. Kept a flower beneath the glass, watered her until at last she told me it was not enough and I should go away. So off I flew into the sky, when night is day and day is night. A million stars went laughing by with happy things to say. It's so sad when joy is alone, just a boy longing for home. See me with your heart, see, baby, then you'll find me. Never stop believing. make any mistakes. Wow. Yay. I love that song. I love the book, The Little Prince. I love Kim McLean, possibly one of the greatest songwriters to ever live, at least that I know, in my lifetime. And I love you, Andrew Rollins, for being there and coming up with that cool lick in the beginning and just all of it. We all made this song happen. And the video that came from this song is so amazing and beautiful. And I'm so grateful for all of you for being a part of it. If you are in my Patreon, you know who you are. And just thank you for your support and love. And I'm going to do this once a month. So Kim's coming to town next week, and I'm going to talk to her about learning another song. And then I'll be practicing. And then I'll do another one of these. And if I get better at it and have like a little bit more confidence in my playing, I feel like maybe I'll be doing this more, like maybe twice a month. But for now, I'm going to commit to once a month, and in one whole year, I'll know 12 of my songs. That was almost perfect timing. Somebody called at the very end. I am so glad nobody called while I was recording that. I probably should put my phone on Do Not Disturb. What do you guys think? Anyway, have a great day. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.